we came back after lunch. Clerk Roebuck obviously testified this morning. We can't talk about what he testified to because it was about the closed session, and that's barred by law. However, I can say I was very happy with his testimony. Can't say what it was. We came back after lunch. I renewed my motion, which I think you all heard, to cancel the evidentiary hearing, deny the motion, to enforce the this agreement. And I renewed that motion based on what happened this morning. After quite a bit of discussion, you can see we were in there for quite a while, Judge McNeil agreed. And she said there's no need for any further testimony. She granted our request to cancel the remainder of the evidentiary hearing. She denied their motion to enforce this phantom agreement. And we have mediation coming up in about a month. And so that's already been scheduled. Maybe you weren't aware of that, but there is mediation scheduled, I think, February 26th. It will probably happen at the Board of Commissioners room there at Fillmore Street. And the whole board will be participating in the mediation process. We picked a mediator. You're probably going to ask me who that is, and I don't recall off the top of my head. But Ms. Howard gave us a list of proposed mediators, and one of them was agreeable to us, so we have a mediator set for the 26th. So that's the next step in the process, and we're very pleased with today's outcome. And now maybe we can get to mediation and get to a real settlement of this case.
So to clarify, the judge made a ruling saying that she's not going to enforce this alleged $4 million.
Alleged $4 million, that's right. That was never agreed to or approved. She could not make that finding. And again, we have to be careful here. I can't say, but I mean, you guys have heard me in our earlier statements about comments we've made. Honestly, I wish I could divulge a lot more, but I can't.
So what changed between this morning when you put forth this motion and half an hour ago?
Testimony of the clerk. And I think you can read into that how that went, okay? Which has been our point all along, and which has kind of been our conundrum. As I've said repeatedly, it's not because we don't want information out there or we don't want somebody to be heard. We do. But there are laws that we're bound by, and the board is bound by, and we can't make those kinds of disclosures. We just can't, not without proper, court decisions and things like that. And so we're very pleased with the judge's ruling, and this $4 million thing is gone now, as it should have been way back when.
You and Howard has said no matter what, and even the judge had mentioned that she expects there to be an appeal on her decision no matter what. So I haven't talked to Howard, but
that's a question for Ms. Howard. She did ask for a stay in case she did decide to appeal. I simply interjected to say, look, I would like mediation to still happen. And the judge agreed and said, even if there is an appeal, I mean, obviously we're not going to appeal. So if Ms. Howard does appeal on behalf of Ms. Hambley, that will not stop the mediation. So we're very happy with that.
You still going to pursue the Michigan Supreme Court?
Absolutely. I mean, at this point, why not? I mean, we filed, and I think that's still a fair issue. We tried to resolve. Now, maybe that gets thrown in at mediation a month from now, and maybe that gets taken care of there. But absolutely, we're still pursuing that appeal.